Hello and welcome to our podcast. I am Marisa.
And I am Mariana.
And you're such a weirdo.
I'm trying, I don't feel you, opening this one, all chipper, and, oh, hello, we're Krolmeister sisters, This is gonna be this is gonna be a depressing one.
Okay, we're the Krolmeister sisters.
Somber.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. As a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and, I don't know, this is probably going to be death mention and drinking references.
Suicide probably is going to come up.
Yeah, so adult themes.
If you don't want adult themes, if you just want, straight up Nancy Drew action, then go listen to Unlocked. They've got, they got interesting people they interview and stuff.
Probably.
Yeah. What's going on here?
I'm just playing with something.
Okay.
It's good. It's fine.
It's fine.
So, what is the depressing topic of the day, sister?
Today, we are talking about our top 5 most heartbreaking characters.
These are characters where you think about their story and you just kind of sigh.
You sigh, you occasionally burst into tears, just
every once in a while.
You use that clip of Marge coming up to Lisa and going, "What's wrong? What's upsetting one of your favorite fictional characters or whatever it is?"
Yeah, something happening to one of your fictional characters, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to start. We actually ranked these. These are not in no particular order. We ranked these.
Yeah. We ranked these in order of how sad they make us.
Number 5 on our list is Alexei Markovich from Alibi in Ashes.
Yeah.
So you might be like, okay, what's so heartbreaking about this character? Okay. He was...
Well, let's just start with, describing who he is as a human being. He is a potential future for Nancy. He was the golden boy detective who was in the spotlight. He was, and then because he happened to, point the finger at the wrong person.
Well, technically the right person, but...
Well, no, the right person, but the wrong person in terms of his life.
Yeah. And he got his
entire life imploded.
Yeah, his entire life was ruined by this corrupt politician. Which, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the way of it?
Ain't that the way it goes?
So
we will probably adopt a lot of random voices and accents in order to mask our own emotions in this one.
Ain't that just the way?
Ain't that the way?
But he was, if you guys don't remember, Alexei was what Nancy is now. He was the, what? I'm just reminding.
Uh-huh.
I'm just reminding, okay? It's not exactly what you just said.
Okay.
You're so mean to me.
But what makes us so sad about him is that we're seeing...
Well, it's first off, he lost so much of his youth to being in the spotlight to begin with. He didn't get to be a normal child. He was the boy detective. He was the magnificent Markovich. That's what it was. He, for 10 years, he was this, kid solving mysteries and being treated more like an adult than a kid in a lot of it.
He's like Rusty Venture.
Yes.
He's Rusty Venture.
In a way. So then he gets, he has this awesome opportunity in life set out for him, and it gets just completely fucking ruined. And then, of course, it's like, oh, why is he so bitter at Nancy? Well, it's because Nancy's dad is the one that fucking prosecuted him. And then it's just like...
Shit on the life of, what, a 20-something-year-old, maybe?
Yeah, he was 20.
Let's say at the oldest he was 20?
He was 20 when it happened.
Okay, so he was basically Nancy's age.
Yeah.
When his entire life was shat upon and just left to crumble.
Yeah, he lost his livelihood. He lost any future, I think it was scholarships or something. All because this one guy says he stole something from them. and that because they could never find the thing, it was a magnifying glass or something, they could never find it. He was like, it was pretty much like, well, if no one can find it, then I guess it had to have been you. And I'm like, that's not how law works.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
You have to prove beyond reason of doubt.
Exactly.
Reasonable doubt.
Yeah. So and then because it's a fucking small town, for the rest of, like, he's like in his 50s in Alibi and Ashes, and people are still treating him like he's, I don't know, like
he's some social pariah because it's insane. Because, oh, we trusted you and you betrayed this town's trust. It's like those people who, like, after a couple of generations still hate on a family.
Yeah.
You know? It's like in Riverdale, there's this whole thing where anyway. Never mind.
Yeah. So that's why and then just talking to Alexei, it's like, he's such a relatable character too. He's so fucking bitter, and it's just
he's salty as fuck.
He is. I would be too. But yeah. And I'm just
yeah, it's just like the world just sort of turned its back on him, and he had to suddenly see that they're all assholes. Get it? Because they turned their back, so now he sees assholes. I'm clever. Stop rolling your eyes at me. I'm clever.
But yes, that's why we find Alexei Markovich as a heartbreaking character.
He's a heartbreaking character because he may take it in stride, but god damn, his life could have been so much different.
Yeah.
And it sucks because he can see where it would have been different.
Yep. So, number 4 on our list of top 5 most heartbreaking characters is Moira Chisholm from The Silent Spy.
Moira, honestly, she's just kind of like a rude woman until she's cold and she's snippety, and you're like, oh, why are we talking to this woman? But you read in the journal the letters to Kate after Kate had already died.
Oh my god, it's so depressing. And just in general, it's like, so Moira 1 has to deal with the fact that her, like, best friend was killed. And on top of that, it's partially her fault that Kate died. I mean, it's not like super her fault, but she led Kate to believe that she was being protected. She had protection.
She had a safety net when she didn't.
So Kate probably did some things she wouldn't have if she had not thought that she was being protected.
Oh, let's face it. She was Nancy's mother. She would have taken those risks anyway.
That's true. But how Moira thinks of it is probably that it's her fault.
Not probably anything. She fucking thinks that it's 100% her fault.
And then she gets Nancy showing up there. Nancy, who looks exactly like Kate. She sees
like, oh,
her.
Hello, ghost of my best friend standing in front of me.
And you know, one, she has this moment of, oh, I miss Kate so much. And 2, it's Nancy is this adult now, and she knew her as a baby, and when she lost her best friend, she also lost access to watching Nancy grow up. And it's just, that must be so upsetting.
It's really upsetting to see this person who you last saw when they were just toddling around, and then suddenly they're a grown-up, and you go, oh my god, this is all this time that the thing with children is they're a physical manifestation of time.
Yeah.
If you know them from the start, or you anywhere close to the start, you see them as this physical manifestation of time that has passed. And so she just sees, oh my god, this is how far my grief has matured.
Yeah.
This is how far all Jesus Christ, this was a terrible idea, sister.
It's just, and then like back to those letters, and it's just, so heartbreaking reading those. You're gone. You've been gone. And I'm just like...
I'll keep writing to you even though I know you won't be reading this. Fuck you, her. I didn't need this shit.
That game was so depressing.
So upsetting. Which is why Reese has played it once, maybe twice.
I've played it twice, I think.
And I have gone back and played it again and again because apparently I need to be depressed
You're
occasionally.
a glutton for punishment.
That I am.
Oh, so yeah, that's... Now that I'm done, I'm gonna wipe my tears off.
Yeah.
And move on to the next.
We literally both just... We don't sound... We're like laughing through it, but we literally just both burst into tears.
So,
okay.
Next on our list is two people, but they have the same point. Get ready for more tears. They have the same point of why they're depressing characters. So Miwako and Yumi.
Do we ever get a last name for them? I couldn't remember.
I think we do. I just don't remember it. Let me look.
Okay.
But Miwako and Yumi from
Shadow at the Water's Edge.
Yeah, Shadow at Water's Edge. Oh, Shimizu.
Shimizu. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I know,
anyway.
it's because they don't ever say it in the way that you would, so it doesn't come before their first name, so I'm just like, but yes.
So, these are girls whose mother died.
Yes.
And it just royally fucked up their lives.
It's... Hoy. So, it's so depressing.
They're not at all the only characters in a Nancy Drew game to lose their mother, nor
Obviously
are they the
not.
only characters in a Nancy Drew game to lose their mother young. But
the thing
holy shit.
is they didn't lose her that young. That's what's so terrible about it, is that they were 14 and 15, right? Because Miwako's only a year younger than Yumi.
I think so.
And so at age 15, Yumi found her mother's body. Yumi found her dead mother. And that's just like so traumatizing. And it's just so upsetting. And they...
And then there's the circumstances around her death. And the worst part, okay, we make it no secret that we believe she committed suicide.
Yeah.
You know, we believe that. But the thing is, absolutely nobody else believes it. And so, like, everybody else claims some kind of responsibility.
Yeah.
And it is horrible when the girls claim some kind of responsibility and they have their own guilt and their own trauma to go with it because they were just kids.
They were.
They were just little girls.
And then...
not little girls, but, they were teenagers.
And they're just... So much of their lives just changed so drastically with that. Like
Miwako was just... the reason she can't leave the inn is largely due to the fact that it's just like, no, I have to be here. I have to, know... she's in suspended animation,
pretty much,
because it's not Arrested Development so much as just suspended. Because she continues to be and continues to go, but like she just can't leave this anchor, and it's horrible.
Yeah, and then Yumi is just so traumatized by it all. She wants nothing to do with the inn at all.
It is completely opposite.
She just doesn't want to be reminded of any of that, for one thing. And the other thing, just she feels trapped there. And she feels trapped there with the ghost of her mother.
Which is amazing because her mother felt trapped there.
Yeah, and it's just, it's so... When you see, read the letters that Kasumi wrote, and it seems like Yumi was probably more like Kasumi than Miwako was. Mm-hmm. So it's just...
It doesn't help that their grandmother is clearly pushing her own views of who their mother was and her own views of who they should be.
She's rewriting the history of who Kasumi was and everything surrounding all of that. And
you just want to sit Do you ever just want to sit Takai down and just be like, look, you are fucking with people's lives here, woman.
Oh, God. No, because she just never stops talking. She never shuts the fuck up. Sorry.
It takes forever to say everything.
I was rereading some of the stuff that we posted, and one of them was, Andrew and I were playing Shadow at Water's Edge, sorry. And he goes, he says something like, this is why writing was invented. Just write it down. It takes the same amount of time for you to write it as pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, that's what's so sad and just heartbreaking about me. Like,
and it drives the sisters apart. And
yes. At the end of the game, we get some resolution, a little bit of a resolution. And
even that they spent all that time.
Yeah, they spent like at least 5 years just barely speaking because of everything. And it just...
Because of things completely beyond their control, but exactly. They felt like... But it was just the ripples in the water that just...
Yep.
They happened to be too close to the stone dropping in.
Yep.
Which, the stone is their mother in the water. What? I'm gonna be fucking real here. It's stopping me from crying right now, okay?
Okay. Okay, so that one. Number 2. The 1 and 2 were very, very close for us. We had a very tough time. So we're going to say that our number 2 is Fiona Malloy. From
Castle Malloy.
Yeah.
This shouldn't need explanation, but we're going to anyway.
Oh my God! As a small child, isn't it that her father's workshop blew up and decimated the castle? So her family died, and no one knew she didn't. And so from the age of like,
bothered looking for her either.
From the age of like 7 to the age of like 70, she lived alone and raised herself. It's just, oh my God. This is so depressing.
This was a terrible idea, sister. And the worst part is, she's... Okay, so she raised herself in this little hut in the middle of a bog.
Isn't it like...
A bog that is deadly. A bog that if you misstep, you die. Like as Nancy, if we misstep, you have to go back and second chance it. So she had to know it very well the entire time.
Isn't it implied that she actually, like, there was someone who raised her partially from the bog?
I don't believe so.
Look it up.
No, as far as I remember. She just kind of had all of her...
Yes, no, she did. She went to live with a hermit who had previously owned the hut.
Oh, good. Hermits are so well known for raising little girls well, and freaking... By the time we get to her, she has no language skills anymore.
Yeah, because obviously the hermit probably only lived like maybe 10 years at the most. You know? It's like she was thought to have perished in the explosion in 1944.
She's in this tattered old dress, and she's all like scraggly and skinny and sad, and she speaks in grunts, and her only companions are crows or ravens or whatever. And then think about the fact that there's all that shit written in her room, and it was already there when she was a little girl.
That's my question, though, was that already there, or did she go back and do some of that?
No, because we see her writing, don't we? And it's like still like scrawly, like she's a little 7-year-old.
Yeah.
So
because I doubt hermits.
Yeah, because she goes up to the tower and she edits the family tree.
Yeah.
She adds the crows to it. Because they're her family now. Why? Okay, I'm fine. This is horrible.
And then
poor little girl, her entire life.
She adds in the names of the crows over the years. So every time a crow dies, These are her only friends, and crows don't live as long, and so she had to have gone through like dozens of crow companions.
There were so many.
Oh my god.
The only thing that I can hope is there were ones that she couldn't actually tell apart. So she thought that they lived for like a couple of decades, when in fact they lived for a few years each.
Oh god, it's just so sad.
It's so upsetting. Just... I hate this subject, sister. Why did we do this?
Because it's good.
Because this is good. People like listening to us crying over microphones.
Yes, obviously. That's what they come for. They come for the...
They come for the tears.
They come for the pain.
Okay, I don't... you're gonna need to rephrase that shit.
Whatever.
So, yeah. Fiona is depressing person number 2 on our list.
Our list of heartbreaking characters. And topping it off at number 1 is Harper Thornton, who is, in our opinion, the most heartbreaking character in the Nancy Drew games.
Now, you could easily argue that Fiona's more heartbreaking, but we don't really get to know Fiona now, do we? She's this sad, like, person who doesn't speak, but Harper, we get to hear how she's dealt with everything, and it's
not well.
It's not well.
Not well adjusted, no.
It's just, no. I don't know why she's not well adjusted, having spent majority of her life in an institution.
Yeah.
Because, they couldn't handle they couldn't just, deal with her.
It's just
okay, start from the beginning.
Okay.
The fact that her parents are dead.
Parents died when she was young.
That part.
Because whose parents don't die in Nancy Drew games?
Yeah, right.
But then,
every parent dies.
But then her older sister dies. And then after her older sister dies, her cousin tries to commit suicide. And when it doesn't work, blames it on her and gets her institutionalized.
Because Clara is so embarrassed at the fact that she tried to commit suicide. She goes, Harper pushed me. And Harper's like, what? But you can tell that just after a certain point, she went, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, nope. Yeah, oh, of course it was me. Because I'm the villain. I'm what everybody wants to blame. That's perfectly fine. Just, just go ahead. Blame me. Okay, I can get through this. But, I mean, okay. Everybody hurt at the loss of Charlotte.
Yeah.
Everybody did, because she was this bright, force in everybody's lives. She was the good Thornton. Although, that's very upsetting, because Harper and Wade are not bad people.
They are not.
No, let's just keep going. But then she was Harper's only direct family. Yes, there were the other Thorntons, but she was her direct family.
Yeah.
Immediate, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And she was her favorite person in the world. And she's just gone.
Oh my god, the most heartbreaking line. Oh my god. She was perfect in everyone's eyes, even mine. I wanted to be her when I grew up. But then one day I was older than my older sister and older still today. Oh my god. Every single time.
Horrible. The first time we played this game, I feel like we had to stop playing for a little bit because of that line.
Oh god, it's just too fucking real.
Horrible. Because it's that's always and the fact that everybody loved her so much, and that she was such a star, means that she was frozen in this position. So the older she gets, the further away she is from her sister, and it's just like, Jesus Christ. And then she sees Jessalyn.
Yeah.
And Jessalyn is supposed to be this next Charlotte. And so she just like throws all of that Charlotte onto her and wants to like take care of her and wants to like pull her from the toxicity that is the Thornton line and just loses her shit doing so. And I'm just, everything about Harper hurts.
It does.
It hurts me between her loss and her mental state and the fact that her mental state could have possibly been avoided if people had just spoken to her instead of sending her away, which is not an unheard of thing in certain types of families, especially in like big families in the South. You know, just sending that one family member away just because you don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, pretty much.
She just makes every part of me hurt.
Yeah, pretty much. That. Pretty much.
I hate this. Why did we do this, sister? I'm gonna go like.
I sobbed. It's fine. So that's our list of our top 5 most heartbreaking characters in the Nancy Drew games. If we missed one, please inform us of someone you think should have been on this list. By
I will fight you because I don't want to hear anything sadder. Please.
Please leave it as a comment on our YouTube, SoundCloud, Tumblr, or Twitter, and we'll tell you if you're wrong or not.
Happily. We'll tell you why Harper's sadder. That's pretty much my main point here at this point is Harper is the saddest. Everybody needs to shut up.
Okay. So, I'm Marisa.
I'm depressed.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. I can't say that right now. And we are asking you guys to stay sleuthy.